Let's get high.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to the Big Monster Briefing Room. I'm General Howitzer, retired, and we are going to talk about Killer Shrews today. The original 1959 black and white classic, but we have it, of course, in color in our timeline. Interesting movie. One of those so bad it's good kind of training films. It's got James Best in it. That's the star. And at the time, he was starting to make waves on Twilight Zone, doing a couple episodes of Twilight Zone, doing a lot of TV in the 60s. Then he started doing some movies. And he ended up playing Roscoe P. Coltrane on The Dukes of Hazzard. Now, that's not the craziest part of this. It's Festus from Gunsmoke. Ken Curtis is also in this. He plays the foil, the bad guy, the jerk. As is most times the case in these films, there's always one guy who's just kind of a, monkey wrench in the plans. And he's particularly good being a jerk in this. But let me not waste any more time and bring up my able-bodied assistant. Havoc, where are you?
Right here, sir. Reporting for duty.
All right. So you watched this training film. Any comments?
Well, them shrews, they're big and scary. They're as big as dogs, running around,
They are dogs.
Well, I was trying to
took some
maintain
wiener dogs and put some red fur on them, red coats.
Well, I was trying to maintain the illusion, but yeah.
Well, it's just so obvious,
It is. It's pretty obvious.
And even more so when it's colorized.
Yep. But I recognize James Best as the boat captain here, but I didn't realize. I mean, I knew Ken Curtis was Festus, but he looks and sounds so different. Because
Well, here's the thing.
Character later on, but yeah.
Yeah, Festus, or I should say Ken Curtis, was one of the sons of the pioneers.
Mm-hmm.
He was a singer. So he was, a Western country music singer. And he had a lovely singing voice. So a couple of seasons into Gunsmoke, they needed another assistant. I think Dennis Weaver was doing an assistant on the show. Burt Reynolds did it for like a season or two. And then they got Ken Curtis to be Festus. And he came up with that strange character sounded like this. Well, you listen up here now, Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
And the people watching the show loved it. They ate it up with a spoon. They thought he was hysterical. They thought it was great. They thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing like any character he had done before. And that's what he got saddled with for the rest of his life. After that, he was just doing Festus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now, Doc, you got to stop doing the alcohol when you're doing your business, your doctorial duties. It was just quite a character. He was like the Barney Fife of Gunsmoke.
Yeah. But he was a good guy. I like Festus. But yeah, he's totally he's definitely. I wouldn't say he's a villain, but yeah, he's kind of a mean character in this story here. Uh,
Yeah, you know,
you know,
he's a douchebag. He's an a-hole,
yeah,
you know.
and
Uh,
I mean, right from the
akin
start.
to the bald guy in Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and that was
exactly.
10 years later.
Yep,
Ken Curtis did it first, and his name is Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry Farrell. So, and he was one of the producers on this film. That's how he
Yeah.
probably, ended up getting the role.
Mm-hmm. Said, who can we cast as Jerry? Oh, I know. I'll do it.
And I think this was just before he got the job as Festus, because that was 59. So that was about the time. I mean, I think Gunsmoke started in the late 50s, and he didn't
Yeah.
come in until like maybe 1959 or 60 or 61, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So again, he hadn't had a chance to, take off as Festus. But again, with a character like that, you're typecast. I mean,
Oh
if you
yeah,
play a Pee
yeah.
Wee Herman, and you're never going to be Paul Rubens ever again.
Nope. Nope.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's what happens. You play that distinctive a character. Yeah, that's what people gonna associate you because they see you in their living room every whenever. I think it was Sunday nights came on Saturday night. I forget.
it was such a broad character. Do you know that
Yeah.
Gunsmoke is the reason that Gilligan's Island got knocked off the air after 3 seasons?
Oh, really?
Yes. The station head, I can't remember if it was ABC or NBC or CBS. I can't remember which one, but his wife was a huge fan of Gunsmoke. So when it
Hmm.
came time to pick what shows were going to be coming up the next season, and again, we're talking late 60s, maybe 68,
Hmm.
69. She said, well, I like Gunsmoke. And
Hmm.
that was it. They knocked Gilligan's Island off the air.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
read that somewhere, and I was like, "Oh
Huh.
man, that's
Yeah.
crazy."
Gunsmoke was a staple on, I believe it was CBS for a long time.
CBS,
Yeah, probably one of the longest running shows
yeah,
in history. Besides some of the soap operas. But yeah, it ran for a long time. You just saw Matt and Miss Kitty and all them just getting older and older.
yeah. Glenn Strange is Sam the bartender.
Yeah, yeah,
Frankenstein, the bartender.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it was probably the last of the big Western shows that survived because
Yeah,
Westerns were a huge thing back in the 50s, 60s, and then they just kind of
right.
petered out after a while.
And then in
Then
the
it's all
early
cop
70s,
shows.
it just all kind of is like, okay, we're tired of the Western thing. It's just that's too much.
Yeah, it's probably because it's getting expensive doing a period show like that, and
Yeah.
it's easier to do the cop shows and the doctor shows because it's all contemporary stuff. So,
All right, let's get our
anywho,
timeline.
all righty.
So the Killer Shrews. I actually didn't have to colorize this one. This was actually colorized. I don't know who made the decision. There was only it was like only 300 or 400 movies were colorized,
Hmm.
and this one made the cut. Again, it's
Yeah.
one of those movies that it's so bad it's good.
Hmm. Well, I got to say the colorize whoever did the colorizing, they did a good job. I mean, it looks
They did.
so sometimes it's a little iffy, and
Uh,
you can tell that it was black and white at one point, but this one, yeah, for
the,
the
the
most part, it holds up.
the budget on this thing was it's like incredibly low budget. When you
Oh
see
yeah.
the set that and again, most of it takes place in an adobe house, and
Hmm.
it looks like the walls are made out of clay.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so we start out with our captain, Thorne Sherman. He's a boat captain, and his assistant, Rook Griswold, the Griswold family.
Hmm.
And what's funny is this guy was only in like 2 movies. The guy that plays Rook
Hmm.
is Judge Henry Dupree. His brother was a famous musician, and he's got other family members that were into entertainment. But he only did a couple of movies. He did this one, and he did like a Lassie kind of film.
Mm.
And that's it. And he was good actually in this.
Yeah. Well, he mentions, and I guess it's part of his character, though we never got to see it, talk about how, he's a jazz musician.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, is he gonna get a chance to, but nah, he gets,
No.
well,
But he
he
climbs a
doesn't,
tree, by gosh.
he doesn't make it through the movie. Let's put it that way.
Come on now. No spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
He's shrew
Dang it.
fodder.
And yeah, well, I was gonna say, unfortunately, he fell victim to the whole thing about the person of color getting it first.
Yeah, again, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. The people of color who went to see this movie were probably like, "Oh yeah, there it is."
Mhm. Mhm.
First one to get it.
Mhm. But I gotta say, for being in 1959, this movie was pretty inclusive because you got this guy, person of
Right.
color, and then later on we're going to meet somebody who's probably Mexican or
I'm guessing
some
Mexican.
Hispanic,
Yeah.
probably Mexican. Uh,
Mario, played by Alfredo de Soto.
yeah, and then you got the gal
He's the
Anne.
second one to get
Yeah,
it.
of course. But
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
got the
yeah.
the Swedish actors or I don't know if
Yeah.
they were really Swedish, but the characters are Swedish. But anyway.
Is Craigus a Swedish name? Dr. Craigus and his daughter?
Yep, I don't know, but
Yeah.
they said
So
it
they're
was.
heading for this island. They have been called to take some people off an island. And there's James Best is Roscoe P. Coltrane character on the right. If you don't know who that is, Dukes of Hazzard. He was
Mhm,
also in a Burt Reynolds movie called Hooper. He was really good in that. He was
mhm,
extremely good in that, where he played Burt Reynolds' best friend, and Burt Reynolds is a stuntman in Hollywood.
mhm.
Um, One of the few movies that who's a comedian? Um, oh crap!
Dom DeLuise.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Dom DeLuise did a lot of Burt Reynolds movies.
yeah,
Uh,
Jackie Gleason.
no,
Um,
you're you're thinking all the Smoke and the Bandit people.
that's yeah.
But even though it's Hal, this is one of the earlier Hal Needham films.
Oh, okay.
Um, Robert Klein. Robert Klein was
Robert
the director.
Klein. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
in that. And again,
Okay.
you don't see him in a lot of movies. He was good. He was really good as a kind of a snotty director,
Mm-hmm.
uptight director. Anyway, James Best was really good in that. And
Mm-hmm.
he's good in this too. He plays a good leading man. All right, so they see the island. They're glad they see the island because there's a hurricane on the way, and it looks like they're going to get stuck on the island themselves for a few days. So they get there, and they're greeted by Dr. Craigus, who is the person who commissioned them to come out, and his lovely daughter, and Jerry, who's one of the other people that's working with them on the island. And Jerry's got a gun.
Jerry's
And
got a gun.
Jerry's got a gun. And Thorne is not too keen on the fact that he's got a gun. He's like, "Oh, what do you need that for?" And of course, they're being kind of vague. They're
Mm-hmm.
they're not saying. I mean, you don't come right out of the gate and go, "Oh, by the way, there's a bunch of killer shrews on the island." That attack people at night. And I can't remember. I don't think anybody has been killed by the killer shrews up until these people come to the island. The
Right.
killer shrews are out there. They know they're out there. They're boarded up at a house at night because the killer shrews come out at night.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean they know about them, but they
But
lock
I don't think
themselves
anybody's
in.
been
Yeah.
killed yet. I mean,
Nope,
it's not like,
not
well, we got
yet.
a bunch of scientists that died.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
No,
they ever said that in the movie.
nope.
So yeah, it's Rook that gets the first. He's the first to be fed to the shrews.
Mm-hmm.
And a shrew is a little mouse-like creature. It's a little, and they're not, aggressive, but they're giving these little mice-like creatures this. They're injecting them with this serum,
Mm-hmm.
and it's causing them to get really aggressive, and it causes them to grow, and they're hungry. So they've been eating each other, and now they want to eat the humans. And there's the lovely Ingrid Good. She later married like a billionaire. She did this movie and I think a couple of other things, and she ended up marrying like a billionaire, and
Wow.
was set up for life. She was like a who's the actress that became the Princess of Monaco?
Like, Grace Kelly.
She's like a Grace Kelly. She's like a low budget Grace Kelly.
The poor man's Grace Kelly.
She's the poor man's Grace Kelly. Well, she married a rich man now.
Well, the rich man's Grace Kelly, yeah.
Not royalty, but rich man's Grace Kelly, yeah.
Hey, it's good work if you can find it.
So yeah, Rook is like, okay, well, I'll just stay here then. You just leave me right here to watch the boat. He's kind of stepping fetching here, which is it's kind of awkward, cringeworthy. And they go to the compound, which is just a few feet from the beach. It's not that far from the beach. You just got to walk through the woods a little bit. And I mean, the first thing that Thorne realizes is this place is all gated up, but there's something going on here that's just not right.
Yeah, that's a pretty big privacy fence when there's nobody else on the island.
Just tall enough to keep the shrews out. And of course, he asks them, well, you need all that? And they're like, well, yeah. We'll tell you more later. And then they meet one of the, I guess he's the housekeeper.
We're never really sure, but yeah, he's
just kind of like the guy that, the handyman.
Was it Mario?
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because the ladies
certainly seems more Mexican than Italian.
Yeah, because they speak Spanish to him later on. Because the Anne, the woman there, she says, hey, I think the captain here would like a drink. And they're like, yeah, how about martinis all the way around? Mario, start making them martinis. Like, oh, si, senor.
Yeah, they got a big, huge gate and a big bar.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of time at that bar in this film.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking going on when there's shrews outside at the gate.
There you go.
So, yeah, they're making martinis and enjoying a little banter there at the bar. And he starts talking about his experiment, the doctor, Marlowe Craigus, played by Baroque Lumet. I wonder if he's related to Sidney Lumet. That's probably pretty common.
Not. Yeah, and she's all kind of nervous, like,
yes and no.
Stop talking about that.
So, he's being very vague about his science experiment. And then another guy, Dr. Radford Baines, played by Gordon McClendon. I really like his character in this. He's all work and no play. He's really interesting. And I'm surprised this guy didn't do a lot more movies, because he's a pretty good character actor. I liked his character in this.
Yeah.
And again, he's always, talking shop. He's always, and he gives out more information about the thing that they want him to at this point.
I thought it was,
I
thought it was funny because, okay, so these two guys are talking, and then this guy just wanders in, doesn't introduce himself, doesn't say, oh, who's this guy? Nothing. He just goes straight to work. He gets on the typewriter, and he's,
Professor, I'm really excited.
Yeah, what's happening?
And as they're talking about what's going on, and again, he's giving more information than the professor probably wants to. He doesn't want to scare off this guy who's going to get his daughter off the island. He's trying to get his daughter off the island for safety. But he explains, hey, there's a hurricane coming. We're going to have to tie the boat up. and we're going to have to wait out the storm for a day or two. Oh, but as they're talking, you can see that, Anne went to go change and she comes back, but she's listening to them. And she's starting to get like upset. And she's telling her father, yeah, are you sure I can't leave? Too dangerous. I don't think we could we should take on the storm. We should probably wait it out. It's heading this way. And as they're talking, yeah, you could see she's getting agitated and she's nervous. There's something that they're not telling him that she's very edgy about. And he's obviously very taken with her. And then Baines comes in again, and he's got a little shrew in his hand, and he's talking about the little shrew, and how they've been in the injections have been working, and they're really growing, and again the daughter is listening over on the side, and as Baines is showing Thorne the shrew, she's freaking out. And Thorne notices. So it just gets weirder and weirder, and he keeps asking, hey, what are you not telling me? You gotta fill me in here. What's going on? So Rook comes ashore at night. The boat is, I guess, secured. It's anchored there, and they're hoping for the best. And he comes ashore. And the professor continues to try to slowly ease Thorne into what's going on here. And again, she's like, why don't you just tell him? And Mario comes in. He goes, why doesn't Mario show you to your room? He still hasn't told him. By the way, there's a bunch of Killer Shrews on the island. So this is a weird scene, very awkward scene. Mario takes him to his room, and he just kind of sits there and stays there. And Thorne actually says something to the effect, and you can see it in his face. Well, you're going to just sit there and stare at me? Do you want something, friend? Take a hike.
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just said, yeah, it's like I said, it's very awkward because he's just standing around like,
he's just standing there staring at him, glaring, like, come on, you're making me feel weird. Stop it. So Rick gets to the island. He ties off the dinghy. By the way, there is a sequel to this movie that they made like 50 years later. Called Return of the Killer Shrews, where they go back to the island, and the shrews are still there, and they've multiplied, and they're just as nasty as ever. And James Best, it was one of his last films. He did a couple of films after it, and then he passed away. He's pretty old, but he came back to play Thorne again, and he's the boat captain that goes back to the island. And there's a whole bunch of like comedy. Him like, I can't believe I'm coming back here again after all these years. And the other guy from Dukes of Hazzard, what's his name? Schneider.
Joe? No, John Schneider.
John Schneider, yeah. I want to say Rob Schneider, but that's the SNL guy. Deuce Bigelow. But no, yeah, John Schneider actually did the movie. And it was fun to kind of see them play off each other and, make kind of funny comments, that they kind of harken back to Dukes of Hazzard and all, And the Killer Shrews, there's more violence in that one because it's a newer horror movie. So there's some CGI. They do CGI for the Killer Shrews. So they're nastier, and there's CGI blood, a lot of CGI blood, a lot of goriness. Anyway, so here, Thorne is trying to get more information from Anne, and he's interested in her. He likes her, and he smokes. That's a big thing for leading men in that at that time, at that era. You know, I'm cool smoking. Would you like a smoke?
No, General, that's Jerry.
I'm sorry, is that Jerry?
That's Jerry. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is when we find out that
Sorry.
This is where we find out that Jerry and Ann are an item. I think they're engaged, actually.
They were an item, and then Jerry screwed up in the experiment, and he's the cause of the Shrews getting away and getting out of the laboratory, and
right, yeah,
you know,
because he's a drunk,
roaming free around the island. And again, this movie's all about the drinking and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is, as Festus. Now you listen up there. Stop blaming me for what happened with them Killer Shrews now. But actually uses his real voice, which is kind of like this, you know, kind of a deep, kind of smooth. He's got a kind of smooth voice like whiskey. So now he doesn't sound like this all the time, just when he does Festus.
Yeah. General, could you excuse me for a minute? I got to take care of something right quick.
Well, all right.
I'll be right back with you.
Okay. Jerry, it's all his fault. He's an idiot. He's a drunk, and now Anne is upset with him. And now they've got Thorn on the island, and she's Thorn is kind of, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nod, nod. You know, he's interested in her. He's kind of alpha male, letting her know he's interested in her. So, and I guess Jerry is noticing it, and he's getting jealous. And he's like, "Don't tell this guy anything. You know, keep him in the dark. And you know, it's not my fault. I know you think it's my fault, but you know, stop it. Stop blaming me. You know, what happens happened, and now we'll deal with it."
Mm-hmm.
All
righty.
And then he goes, or actually, Thorn comes in, and there he is, lighting up. There, I told you he smoked.
Oh yeah, everybody smokes, I think.
Yeah, smoking and drinking. That's what this film's all about. This is what this training film is all about. Smoking and drinking.
Smoking and drinking.
So yeah, you know, he's having a smoke, and Jerry, being the jerk that he is, he's you know, eavesdropping on them. He's listening at the door. And look at that set. Look at that cheap ass plywood hallway set.
Yeah. What got me, well, I was, not to get ahead, but when they're doing lab stuff, it's like one little corner of this room. They got this little table. We got, you know, the test tubes and microscopes and everything. It's like, okay.
It's like an Ed Wood movie.
Exactly. You know, I mean, they got a bedroom set, or with the captain, you know, washing his hands
Thorn,
and all that. With Thorn, and I think all they did was like move the bed and then put this little table in the corner.
Right, it's the same room. They just kind of redecorated it. And again, the decorations on the walls are minimal. I mean, they're really small.
Yeah, there's nothing. You know, so it's like they had no budget. I mean, it looks like they pretty much blew the budget on the living room, because that had the most furniture in it.
Yeah.
And the windows are always, you can never see outside. You know, they're always shuttered.
Right.
And maybe I guess the basement that you'll see later was probably the living room set too. They just added some stairs.
Nah, possible.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it becomes evident that Jerry is listening in. He comes in and goes, "Oh, well, you're trying to make a move on my girl, on my fiance." And you can see there that Thorn doesn't like being spied on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, tensions are starting to flare between Thorn and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jerry thinks he's making the move on his woman, and she's like, "I'm not your woman," which is making the matters worse.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Well,
yeah, I mean, this is the tension that we have in this film. And again, there's a good portion of this movie that's just character driven.
mhm.
You know, I mean, we know there's shrews out there, but it isn't until the last half of the movie that we actually. And again, it's only like an hour and 10-minute movie. It's a
Mhm.
short meal. It's just like an hour and 15 minutes, I think. So yeah, it's the last half of the movie that we actually get the shrew action.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
mean the only death we've seen so far is poor Rook getting eaten up by the shrews.
yeah, in the first half. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and we haven't even got to that yet. So, I can't remember why Thorne leaves to go to his room. I guess he feels that Anne better settle up with Jerry and make
Mhm.
things clear
Yeah.
that she's not interested in him anymore.
Yeah, he goes outside and is checking
Oh,
out
that's right. He goes
the
outside,
hurricane.
not to his room. He's wondering about Rook at this
Mhm.
point, how Rook's doing. And we get back to Rook, and the storm is starting to hit. And Rook is out there, and again, this is kind of cringeworthy step confession kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And he sees the shrews, and he reacts, and he freaks out. He goes running, and he's got a gun. He's got a revolver with him, but that's 6 shots. It's a revolver, and he runs up a tree. He trips over a log first. That's ironic because another character trips over a log, and the shrews get him because of that.
Mhm.
But evidently, Rook is able to move fast enough to where, yeah, he can get to the tree and get up the tree, and there he goes. I'm surprised they didn't shoot more of this outdoors, being that it was such a low budget. Um. So yeah, the storm's hitting, and yeah, Thorne is getting worried. So Jerry here kind of says some douchebaggy kind of stuff, and the doctor walks in, Dr.
Mhm.
Craigus, and he's like, "Well, Jerry, I think we've had enough of that." So Jerry looks bad, and then Thorne comes in. And he's worried about Rook. And yeah, Rook falls out of the tree, and the shrews get him. They hear him fire his gun a couple of times, and the shrews are at the gate too now. And there we see that I'm not quite sure what kind of dogs these are. Maybe greyhounds, because they're kind of thin,
Mhm.
and they just put these like red coats and headpieces on the dogs,
Yeah.
but they're not really big dogs. And then they have I don't know, kind of like a fake shrew head with large fangs. they do a lot of like, there's not holes in the fence where the shrews look through and they put their teeth through and that kind of thing. You can
Mhm.
see that, and that's how you kind of see the shrews. And they
Mhm.
scamper around inside a little later on, and they use the fake shrew body thing
Mhm.
to do a lot of that stuff. So this
Uh.
is where they hear the gunshots.
Mhm. Yeah, and a tree gets hit by lightning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I did a quick search just now,
yeah.
and the dogs they're coonhounds.
Coon hounds.
Hmm.
Okay. They probably belong to Ken Curtis.
Probably, yeah. It's like
Will you some of my coon hounds to play these here shrews?
just just throw a carpet on them, and we're good to go.
Show them from the back. Nobody will ever know. So, I believe this is where Anne tells him the whole story about the shrews.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what? Are you kidding me? And she has to convince him that what she's saying is true.
Mm-hmm.
And then he realizes, oh my God, my buddy's out there. Rook is out there, and he might be attacked by these shrews. We got to go out there and see if we can save him. And then they hear the shrews, and then Jerry comes in his golf shirt, his gray golf shirt. And he's like, you're not going anywhere. You're not going out there. You're not going to let those shrews in here. And then the doctor comes in. He's like, hey, what's going on here? Why are you fighting? And they explain that Thorn knows everything now. And he's concerned about his partner. And a little bit went back and forth. And the doctor says it's very dangerous to go out now because it's nighttime and the shrews are out there. And I think he takes him to the lab and he shows him the experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one of the shrews at the gate.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that little voodoo doll in that one movie.
Right. In the Trilogy of Terror. We're going to be doing that one soon.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Karen Black.
Yep.
There was a sequel to that one. I just realized.
Yeah.
There was a sequel to the Trilogy of Terror. I want to say Lizette Anthony, the British actress, was in all the stories. That was interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, the shrews are getting close to the house now, and the lights. They take out the lights, so they have to light candles. And what's amazing is the candles give exactly the same amount of light that the electrical lights did.
That's some power. That's some powerful candles.
Those some powerful candles. See those little lights? It hasn't changed, did he? So I thought that was amusing. Mm-hmm. When the lights come back on with the candles are lit, hey, it's the same. I know Likos when I see him. Damn it. So yeah, lightning outside. Jerry is now trying to talk to Baines to get him on his side. Mm-hmm. I guess. So that if anything goes down, the Baines will. And Baines is just, I got to work. Okay, leave me alone. If Baines is all work and no play.
Exactly, but you can see right there. That's it. That's the whole lab right there.
That's the lab right there.
Little corner lab. Yep.
That's the desk. This is where we do all of our experiments. We don't need a big lab. We just need a table for the shrews so we can inject the shrews. Mm-hmm. And a little more bonding with Anne and Thorn. Nothing like Killer Shrews at the outside gate to get you to bond. Mm-hmm. There's a horse on the property, and evidently the shrews get into the stable and kill the horse. And they're like, what are we going to do? We're going to save the horse? Let's go save the horse. And again, Jerry's like, no, you ain't going to go out there. You ain't going to save no horse. Beautiful Miss Ingrid Good. Definitely a millionaire playboy's wife. Mm-hmm. Definitely a millionaire playboy wife kind of gal. Mm-hmm. So, he goes to try to see if he can save the horse, and Jerry clocks him. He cold cocks him. Mm-hmm. And Thorn is like, I'm going to remember that. You might have got one up on me now, but. And of course, he doesn't fight back because the doctor's there, and now he wants to impress the doctor because he likes his daughter. Mm-hmm. But Jerry is definitely being a douchebag. He is afraid of those killer shrews. And then Baines comes in and says something else scientific, mm-hmm. which just adds to his character. You know, this guy's
I
never watched a football game in his life.
Nope.
He is a science nerd.
Mm-hmm.
He has a thing where he takes his glasses off and on too.
Yeah.
When he's making Jerry's like, I'm getting a drink. It's time for a drink. Thor's like, I don't remember when you punched me. I'm gonna get you back. Good. I'm gonna get them big boys. So the fireplace. They have a fireplace on this set, and a sofa to lie on.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna's on the sofa by the fire.
Apparently, she doesn't have her own. She doesn't have her own bedroom.
I'm not quite sure. I can't remember why it is that she ends up on the sofa.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I know that they give a reason.
I don't think they ever really explained that. They just say, "Oh, we think you'll be safer here on the sofa." I think there was something to that effect.
Yeah, because all the guys are taking turns like guarding the place.
Right.
And
We're gonna take turns guarding the place. You'll probably be safest on the sofa here.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the center of the complex. So,
plus it's close to the fireplace, so that's probably why.
Mario is on the guard shift, and he goes to Jerry, and he's like, "Oh, it's time for you to do your shift." And Jerry's like, "Why don't you take my shift, and I'll do the next one."
Yeah,
so he's making Mario do a double shift.
Because you can tell that, he's hitting the bottle. He's drunk.
He's getting drunk.
Yeah, buddy, you take the shift and
Come on, buddy. Take the next shift, and I swear I'll make it up to you.
Mm-hmm. And Mario, being the good guy that he is, he's like, "Okay, senor, we do that."
Mario doesn't even bat an eyelash. He's like, "Oh, okay." You're kind of cute. That's what he looks like there. He's like, sit down next to my bed. I think Jerry might be bi.
You know, Mario, I've been watching you. I've been watching you, watching me, watching you.
Again, the Shrews are trying to get inside. There is a window, I think, like a kitchen window. Mm-hmm. And they get in through the kitchen window. They're able to knock the shutters open, and one of them gets in the kitchen. And when Mario comes into the kitchen, it runs down into the basement. And Mario goes down to the basement because he hears something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's under the stairs like, "I'm watching you." And when Mario turns around, he goes back and gets Thorn. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep. He goes back and gets Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily killed Mario, in the basement without a witness. But in any case, he goes and gets Thorn. I guess they needed the time. It's a short film. So he goes back and he gets Thorn. Thorn checks on Anne before he goes. He goes, "Hey, I think one of these things might have gotten in here. You just stay right here. You'll be safe." I don't know why he tells her that, because now she's probably panicked.
Mm-hmm.
She'll get up on the sofa on her high heels. So they go down to the basement, and there he is under the staircase. "I'm here. I'm hiding from you." And he jumps out at Mario and bites him on the thigh. And there's our first real look we get at the Shrew's face.
Mm-hmm.
At the Shrew's head. And again, there's like a fake Shrew thing that they just, I guess there's a stunt man there kind of shaking it around, making it look like it's make it look like it's killing you. And they also use it for the dead Shrew after he gets shot on the floor. Mm-hmm. He bites Mario on the thigh, and Mario's in pain. and Thorn shoots it, and then it gets up again. It's like it brushes off the first shot. You got to double tap him.
Mm-hmm.
He has to shoot it a second time, and it goes down. And of course, all the shots and everything. Everybody comes downstairs, and Jerry's panicking. What? One of those things got in here.
He's sort of the Bill Paxton of this group here.
Game over, man. Game over.
Exactly.
Baines is like, oh, one of them bit him. Interesting. Let me take a look. look on Jerry's face. Oh my God! Look at that thing. I gotta get out of here. And then Ann sees what's going on, and they say, "Oh well, he's dead. Dead from that little bite? What? Well, yeah, evidently there's an enzyme that they have in there, and it kills you. It's like poison, and it kills you pretty quick. Ah, well, that makes things worse. Now we got to be careful not to get bit by one of these things."
Meanwhile, back at the lab.
Yeah, Baines and again, they say, okay, we killed the one that was in the house, so we're okay. We can go back to normal. So they go to the lab, Baines and the doctor, Dr. Craigus, and Baruch Lame. And they're talking about the shrews and how their bite is poisonous. And got to be careful not to get bit by one of these things. And that just makes everything 10 times worse. And Anna's not holding up well. She's shaking and upset. And, she and Mario probably had a thing. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Poor Mario.
But
he was so big and strong.
But for some reason, she goes, changes her clothes.
That was wardrobe's job.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Thorn wears pretty much the same outfit throughout the movie, but Anne changes her clothes several times. You're right. I'm trying to snag a billionaire. That's terrible. I'm more power to her. We got a comment.
Says, y'all are hysterical.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's not hard to be hysterical when you're talking about this film. Because methinks the budget was low. GBG Broadcasting, welcome back. Good to see you again. James Best is like, I'll take you to the country and I'll become sheriff and I'll treat you good. So the shrews are still attacking, and another one gets in the house, in the kitchen area again somehow. I think they start to burrow through the adobe walls. If they can dig up under the fence, that's what it is. If they can dig up under the fence, they can start working on those adobe walls, the clay, and dig through that. So now they're getting smart and they're getting in the house again. So one of them's in the kitchen. It's daylight now. The storm seems to have passed overnight. So they're looking out to see if they can see the shrews outside the gate. And this is interesting now because Thorn is up there with Anne. He's got his arm around her. Yeah, let me put my arm around you and keep you from falling from the gate here. And Jerry, of course, notices it. And he's like, "Grr, grr." He's not happy about it. I should be holding her. Oh, my head. Don't talk so loud. So, yeah, he's like, okay, it's daytime now. The storm's passed. I want to go see if I can find Rook. So, and Jerry says, oh, yeah, why don't I grab the rifle and come with you? And sure enough, as we all expect, Jerry pulls the gun on Thorn, and he's like, that's it. You're done here. And then, of course, Thorn, being the rugged alpha male that he is, he does one of those swipe the gun, with his hand, and then beats the crap out of Jerry, knocks him down, gets the gun. Try to shoot me in the back, will ya? And so Jerry doesn't have a gun now. And they go out, they see the boat. The boat's okay. He calls out to Rook. Rook doesn't answer. And then they find Rook's tattered shirt and his gun on the ground and a lot of blood. And it's very evident that he was killed by the Killer Shrews. And Thorne is not happy about it. Now, Jerry, I think, sees Rook's gun and he grabs it. And again, they're out there with guns now, and it's not good. They're, they hate each other. And Jerry's trying to run back, of course, to the compound because these Killer Shrews are starting to come out again. They're coming out in daylight now. When there's food, they'll come out. So Jerry runs back and he gets to the compound first and shuts the gate on Thorne. So Thorne is stuck outside the gate now with the Shrews coming. Douchebag. So Thorne is like, hey, open up the gate, let me in. And he's just not doing it. And the doctor sees, Dr. Craig sees that what Jerry's doing. And he tries to get him to open the gate. Open the gate. The Shrews are out there. They're coming. Those little dogs with the coats on are coming. And he does have a rifle, but there's a lot of them. So he jumps the fence. He finds a way to get up there and jump the fence. I think he shoots at him a couple of times, Takes out a couple of them. Now remember, you got to double tap him. And yeah, he just scurries right up that damn fence. Who wouldn't? And Jerry looks up to see him coming over the fence, but it's too late. Thorne is over the fence, and now it's time. It's Jerry clobbering time. So he's justified in the fact that Jerry has been such a douchebag that he's gonna show him what's what, and he clonks him. I mean, he clocks him real good. And there are these large metal. It looks like what they feed horses with, I guess. You put the grain in it, feed the horses. Big troughs, and they're showing these now in the compound because that's important because they use these later to try to get away from the island. So yeah, there he is clocking Jerry. So we're all going, yeah, because Jerry's a jerk. But then Ann and Baines look out the window and they see the violence that's happening and they're appalled. And the doctor's trying to pull them apart. But no, Thorne is not going to be stopped. It's he needs a beating and I'm going to give it to him right now. And the Shrews are outside the gate now. They're like, yeah, throw him over the fence. Yeah.
You know what? I just thought of this. This is at least in this scene, the Shrews remind me of the little weasel in that in the cartoon. Trying to steal the egg. Exactly. Yeah.
From the Foghorn Leghorn cartoons.
Right. Yeah.
Little old limp picking weasel. I love those cartoons. And the Chicken Hawk and the Egghead Kid, Miss Prissy's kid, and the dog. Hey, you want to find a chicken? Right over there. So Thorne picks him up off his back. He jumps up on one of those grain things, and he's going to toss him over the fence. He's like, I'm going to feed you those things. And again, look at they are appalled. Oh my God, he's going to throw him to the wool. He's going to throw him to the weasels. He's going to throw him to the Shrews. The weasels. The Killer Weasels. Why didn't they make that movie, The Killer Weasels?
Right.
Yeah. So he realizes everybody's watching him and he feels guilty and we're like, no, throw him over the fence. Throw him over the fence.
And we're like, yeah, rooting for him.
Stops. He throws him.
All right.
He puts him down. He's like, I should have fed him to him, though. He deserved it. And again, yeah, they're at the fence. They're going to attack in daylight now. So the doctor's like, we've reached a very bad point here. Now they will attack any time of the day or night. So they go back inside to have a drink. Of course. Let's go to the bar. And for some reason, somebody opens the kitchen door. I can't remember which one it was. Somebody opens the kitchen door, and there's a shrew in the kitchen. And it jumps out.
I think it's her. I think it's Anne.
It's Anne?
I think she was going to go to the kitchen for something. And
yeah. And this thing jumps out, and it bites Baines this time. He's in its path. There it goes, running out. That old coon hound. And everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't think it bit me. He knows it bit him.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, he doesn't want to, I guess he doesn't want to panic him or something. He tells him it didn't bite him. And he sits down at the desk there. Thorne shoots the shrew in the corner, double taps it, make sure it's dead. And that's the second one he's killed in the house now. And Baines, being the man of science that he is, goes right to the typewriter on the table there. And again, this is the first time we've seen this particular table in this typewriter in this film. But there it is, just ready for him. And he starts typing how he's feeling as the toxin takes over his body and kills him. Because he feels my work here, I've got to finish my work here. And the revolver, Rook's revolver, gets it's in all the confusion, I guess, is thrown down on the ground. And Jerry sees it, and Jerry grabs it. And he's like, you're not going outside. You're not going anywhere. Do you hear me? We're not going out there with those killer shrews. We're going to wait out. We're going to let them kill each other, and we're just going to wait it out. Ah! Jerry's still a jerk. Even after being, thoroughly beaten, he's still a jerk. And so all of this is going down, and Baines is dying and typing. And then he falls over. Bonk. And they're like, what? And he's still taking his glasses off and putting them back on as he's dying. That's a character actor for you. And they're like, he did get bit. Oh, my God. Yes. And the professor's like, yes. And his last notes were how he was experiencing the toxin taking over his body. It's just silliness. That whole scene is just silliness. So it's time for Jerry to get a beating again.
This is yeah, I know. So Thorne tells him, take those curtains down and cover the body. This Jerry's like, yeah, we'll cover him, and then I'll cover you, and I'll cover Anne, and then you can cover me, and he just goes off, and Thorne just
game over, man.
He bitch slaps this guy like 3 or 4 times.
And look at Anne. She's like, ooh, that's kind of sexy. I like to watch him beat another man.
Oh, he's so rugged.
Oh my God, the time. That was a crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are starting. Anne sees one of the shrews burrowing through the adobe wall. One of them has gotten under the fence and gotten into the compound, and now it's burrowing through the wall. So they put the sofa there, like that's going to slow it down. And then another one starts burrowing through the wall, and they freak out and they see that, and they put the bar there. Oh, well, that's it for the bar. And they decide, we got to get we got to get outside. They're getting into the house. So we got to go back out into the main complex, the front complex. And that's when they come up with a brilliant idea to see if they can use those grain giant grain buckets. They'll tip them over, tie them together, cut some holes in so that somebody can see his way out the front of it, and they're going to make like a little shield to go over them. They're putting 4 of them together because they're going to take Jerry with them, like idiots. Jerry has his own idea, but that shows that Thorn still is a good man. He's still got, heart enough not to kill this guy, not to leave him to the shrews. So they spend all this time tying these 4 things together, and using a acetylene torch to cut a hole in the front of the first one so that they can see.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they cut a hole in all of them.
Yeah, so they can. Yeah. And it's funny. It's funny because it's actually Jerry's idea, because he says, "Oh, we're going to need a tank to get out of here."
Yeah.
And Thorn later
like,
"Tank?
Yeah. So here we have the shrews in the house. They're lounging around. They've got the bar and the sofa now.
They're drinking all the booze.
They're drinking the booze. They're smoking all Thorn cigarettes. Up to no good. And they're working on getting those things together. And again, the idea is to just take the short walk through the woods to the beach. He's thinking those things probably can't swim, so we can get out to the water. We're going to be fine. We can get to the boat and get away. That's a good idea. It's a good plan. But they got to be careful not to, let one of those shrews up underneath this shield thing that they created, because then it's game over for whoever's in there. Jerry doesn't like the idea. Jerry doesn't want to go out there with the shrews. So he climbs up on the roof. "Won't you come here and help us with this?" "Oh, not me. I'm getting up on the roof. F you. I've got a gun. I've got your rifle." So they're like, "All right, whatever." So yeah, he goes up on the roof, and the shrews are watching through the fence. "What are you gonna do? You gonna come outside with us, huh?" Now I keep seeing weasels. I keep seeing the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. "All right, you mugs, spread out." They think they're gonna get past us.
Yep.
This is taking way too long to get this thing together.
Yeah, that's the thing, because the weasels, the shrews, they dug their way into the house. You would think they could dig their way out of the house, but yeah, he's taking this time, time cutting holes and.
Yeah, I mean, right when they get this thing ready, those things are coming through the front wall, coming out. Yeah, and Ann sees it. And she goes, "We got to get up under those things now. They're coming out of the house." Yeah, adobe walls. They're made of clay. Easy to carve through, easy to claw through. So there it is. That's their escape pod, for lack of a better term. There's a shrew looking through the knot hole. "I can see you." And Jerry's up on the roof. "Jerry, come down here. Come on. You can't stay up there forever. Come with us." "No way. I'm staying up here. When they go after you, I'm going to go into the bar." Jerry on the roof. So they get up underneath. They go, "All right, fine. This is your last chance. Come on." He's like, "Nope, go stay here. I feel safe up here." And they get in. And there it is coming. There's the shrew coming through the wall out into the complex from the house. So Jerry on the roof sees that they've gone out, and the shrews are not getting into the giant bucket thing that they've created. Ann is obviously terrified. One of these shrews might get up in here with me. Oh my God. Oh, that's right. They had to set up the thing to open the latch to the fence, like a little wire rig.
Yep.
So they can get the fence open and get out. And they do that. It goes off without a hitch. Or it goes off with a hitch. There's the dog. And the shrews are jumping at the little holes there. Coon dog. And there's this. You can just see the stuntman off the camera, putting that thing towards the metal. And the doctor reacts, and James Best reacts, and Anne reacts, but it works. And Jerry sees that it's working. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, come back. I'll go with you." But he sees that the shrews are going after the thing, so he like an idiot, he gets down off the roof. If he'd have stayed up there long enough, he might have survived, but he should have gone with him. That's obvious. And yeah, they make it through the woods. It seems like a shorter walk back to the water than when it took to get them there. But anyway, and again, we get a lot of Anne screaming, and "Are you okay?" I think one of the shrews even gets one of her shoes.
Yeah, it grabs her boot.
It takes a shoe.
I mean, she's so scared she winds up talking Swedish. Jerry's like, and Thorne's like, "Huh? What? What'd you say?" You're tired to use the thorn. Big
I understood her completely. She shat herself. There's a movie that pokes fun at the Spider-Man movies, and the guy from Happy Gilmore, the villain, the golfer, plays the super villain, and they're doing a riff on the scene where Osborn comes to dinner and he realizes that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, but it's something else. He's some other character. I can't remember what it was. It's like called Superhero the Movie or something. Anyway, his line to get away from the dinner when he realizes is "I shat myself," which is like the best line in the movie. We have to go now. I shat myself. Anyway, I just saw that clip not long ago, and it just brought me right back to it. So Jerry is really feeling like an idiot now. Yeah, they're getting away. They're going to get away, and I'm here on the roof. So he gets down like an idiot. Come on, you chose your bed. You got to lie in it. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten by the shrews. So he goes running out after them. He feels safe. He's got a gun. And the shrews come after him. They go, "Hey, one of the guys is not in the tin can. Let's go." And they attack him. And he goes over that log. He trips over that log, and they get him. That's the log I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Probably
the same log.
Probably. This kind of reminds me of that scene in Jurassic Park. Oh, clever girl.
Clever girl. I love Muldoon in that movie. He was my favorite character in that movie. I remember I saw that movie when I was a kid, and I thought Muldoon was the coolest.
Yeah.
Even with Samuel L. Jackson, Muldoon I thought was the coolest.
Yeah. I hated that he got killed off, but
Yeah. Clever girl. He was the reason we knew that the raptors were really intelligent, because they tricked him.
Yeah.
So the raptors really were intelligent. So anyway, this is where she loses her shoe. Oh my God, he's got my foot. He takes her shoe. Oh yeah, right, bitch. I'm taking that high heel right now. And Thor's like, "Didn't I tell you to take your shoes off before we got in this thing?" He's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I didn't get my foot." Thank God, the professor says. And they get to the beach. They're going down the hill there. The coon dogs are all over them, but they're getting away. They're doing it. Baby steps, baby. Baby steps, one step at a time. And then they get to the water, and sure enough, those things don't swim. They're stay away from the water. So they're ecstatic about getting to the water, but then again, these are heavy grain buckets, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're sinking. They're gonna sink. Look at that look up to the camera. Wow. It's no wonder she scored a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when their feet get to the bottom, or when they get to a certain point, they just toss the thing over, capsize it right side up, and swim to the boat,
Which miraculously survives a hurricane.
Yes, surprisingly so. The thing isn't underwater,
Or beached.
so she is so happy that he has saved her life. The professor gives one of those lines, that man should not try to be God. One of those deals.
Mm-hmm.
Man should not tamper with nature. And it's time for our at the end of the movie kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Pucker up, baby. Oh, Thorn. There he is giving the line. Man should not play God. Mein God. Mwah! Big old smooch at the end.
Mm-hmm.
As is the case in most of these films. The hero and the heroine survive and give a nice big kiss to each other at the end of the movie. Na 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 da. The end. But they chose the dark, stormy sky for the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why, but anyway, credits are on the dark, stormy slides. So that's it. That's the Killer Shrews. Again, there is a sequel, Return of the Killer Shrews. We may do that one someday. That one is intentionally bad though, which is funny. I mean, they tried to make that bad cinema with that one. Yeah, it's a classic. Late 50s, it was one of those films that, again, everybody liked to watch it every now and again with their friends. Hit the drive-in theaters every now and again, and again, it became public domain. So it was like one of the first VHS tapes to come out,
Mm-hmm.
with a slew of other films that went bankrupt. The companies went bankrupt. And there it is. It's a classic, and now we got to see it in color. So, all right. Next week, our last island movie for this month. We're doing all Islands of the Damned kind of things. We're gonna do Kong Skull Island next week. So, because it's got island in the title, and it's Kong. So, looking forward to that one. I hope you are too. Thank you again, Havoc, for keeping everything running like a well-oiled machine. Check out some of our other videos here. We have like 200 videos now. So if you got a favorite horror film, we've probably covered it. If not, we're probably going to cover it soon. We've got a lot of the good ones already. So check us out here on YouTube. That's where we're archived, or Facebook if you are on Cosmos Creative TV. Check us out there. That's the easiest way to find us. And again, we'll see you in the mañana. Keep an eye out for those big monsters.
Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, or else you may receive more than just nightmares.